What is going on, everybody? I am Rob Westerman of GBP Daily, hopping on for a little Packers Q&A session. Um, Big game tomorrow, so I wanted to just chat some Packers, something I love to do. So, little over 24 hours till kickoff. Out in Baltimore, still a lot to unfold here before we do. Big headline, obviously, Lamar Jackson, is he going to play or not? Had an ankle injury last weekend. Ankle sprain, looked like a low ankle sprain is what they're saying. He didn't practice all week. John Harbaugh said he's got a chance to play tomorrow. He also said they'll check with him pregame, see how he's doing, see how he's feeling. So, who will we face if Lamar doesn't go? Tyler Huntley. I don't know much about him. I'm not going to go into too much detail about him because one, I don't know much about him. Two, who knows if he's going to be the guy. So, we'll have to wait and see, for that tomorrow. Another big name for the Ravens, probably gonna be out tomorrow. He's doubtful. He could be playing. We're not sure. Calais Campbell listed as doubtful. He's got a thigh injury. If he doesn't go, that's a big blow to their D line. Obviously, as the average fan knows, how good he is. He's been so good for them. He was good for Jacksonville. Ravens are beat up. Marlon Humphrey and gosh, Marcus Peters. Yes, those 2 guys in the backfield, defensive backfield, are also out. They're thin back there, so, as much as I love to run the ball, I think we're gonna be coming out throwing. We came out 3 straight passes last week against the Bears. Maybe you're gonna see the same thing. So, Packers side of things, no Jair, no Bakhtiari, no Zadarius for tomorrow. Something I think we all expected. Also, no Billy Turner. Obviously, he went down last weekend with a knee injury. However, the good news with Turner, coach said he expects him to play at some point in the season, so only time will tell as and when. Other sucky news, Kenny Clark placed on the reserve COVID-19 list this week and will not play tomorrow from everything that I've seen. Maybe by the time you're watching this, he's had some miracle or some sort. I'm not exactly sure what the rules are, especially now that they've come in with a bunch of new COVID rules. But again, with him, only time will tell. Um, Big loss for us, clearly. TJ Slaton will have to step up in a big way to sort of kinda negate that loss of Kenny. Obviously, Casey's so important to this defense. He's so good, probably the MVP of the team besides A-Raj. So there's no replacing him, but if TJ Slaton can put together a good game tomorrow, it will negate some of the damage that, is lost with Kenny. But, we'll see. I got faith in TJ. He played good when Kenny went down against the Chiefs, I believe it was, about halftime, maybe. But, we'll see. So, the title of this live is Packers AMA. For those of you who don't know, AMA stands for Ask Me Anything. I've already had a couple questions roll in. I say the AMA thing because, a few months ago, I didn't know what that meant. I don't know if that's dumb of me. I don't so I looked it up on Google, and there it was, Ask Me Anything. That's pretty clear cut dry. So, first question on the dock here, asked by Jason. What's the deal with Bakhtiari, and why is it taking him so long to return? A few weeks ago, that's a good question, Jason. A few weeks ago, my headspace was a little different. I was getting excited for Bach to return, and I expected, I think along with most people, that he'd be back quicker than what is taking him. But then the setback happened with him getting the cleanup surgery and the repaired knee, and at that point, I figured we're still a ways out, and I think that's okay. We're obviously missing him on the O line, and we've got a ton of injuries on the O line as it is. But I figured, I know we're still a ways out, and Packers just gave him a monster contract. They don't want to risk injuring the knee, putting him out there too early, and then go down that slippery slope of what all that could entail. I'm perfectly okay with that. We've been doing all right with the makeshift O line. Last thing we need is Bach to come in too early, get hurt. You also got to remember he's a massive dude, so naturally, it's going to take him a little longer than those skill players that take 9, 10, 11 months to return. Add in the cleanup surgery, and it's not surprising to me at all that it's taken around, the full calendar year. It was December 31st last year when he tore his ACL. And yeah, we're creeping up on that as 12/18 today. So 2 more weeks would be a full year. And I don't expect him back this week. Obviously, he's not playing this week. Probably not next week, against the Browns on Christmas. Maybe against the Vikings, week 17, and maybe against the Lions in week 18. I do expect him to be back for the playoffs, whether, he got a warm up game against the Lions or or a warm up 2 games against the Vikings and Lions. But either way, whether, his first game action is in a couple weeks, the playoffs, or even next year, dare I even say that? I would be shocked if, he didn't play the rest of the year, but as long as he's back to the best shape and health he can possibly be in as far as his knee, then I'm cool with that. He's too valuable to risk anything going forward. Just paid him a monster contract, like I said. One of the better players, probably top 2, top 3 player on this team with Raj and Kenny Clark and, maybe Jair's up there, Devontae obviously. But yeah, we got to take every precaution that can be taken, plus 1 or 2 more, just to ensure that he's good to go moving forward. So thanks, Jason, for that. Next up here from Shelby, what are the chances we win out the rest of the way and get the 1 seed? Great question, Shelby. I know you already know, Shelby. If we do win out, we will have the 1 seed. We've got the tiebreaker. If the Bucks win out and we have the same record, if the Cardinals win out, and they have the same record as us at 14-3, we break that tiebreaker with the win over the Cardinals we have, and then the common opponents. I think it comes down to as far as the Buccaneers, we have that edge, thankfully. So all we got to do is win out. Ravens tomorrow, Browns on Christmas, Vikings the week after. Last game of the year is against Lions in Detroit. I think with the injuries and COVID stuff going on between the Ravens and Brown, I'm confident the Packers can win those games. I'm also confident that the Packers, they'll take care of business in Week 18 against the Lions. They're bad this year. I know years past, we've kind of slipped up against them compared to the Bears and Vikings as far as our division opponents, but we'll take care of them this year. They're not good, and who knows what they'll even be looking like Week 18. So, um, the Vikings game, that's kind of something that is in the back of my mind. It's a game I'll be interested to see how it shakes out. One of our 3 losses is obviously against Minnesota a few weeks ago. We had a few chances to win that game, including, a bunch of interceptions we should have had, including the Darnell one at the end of the game that would have most likely been the dagger. We were tied at that point, and we were on, if we would have caught it, would have been at midfield, if not their side of the field. And Raj was playing so good that I have no doubt we would have gotten field goal range or scored a touchdown, one of the two. Um, would Mason have made it if we would have gotten field goal range? I don't know. I think he would have because I still got confidence in Mason. Those extra points are looking crispy. Um, I'm hoping he's out of that slump that he was in the middle of the season. Vikes got lucky last time. Second time is in Lambeau. They snuck out a win, a last second win, field goal win the first time. It's not happening again. So, anyways, I think the Packers win out. Tomorrow's game will be tough if Lamar plays, and the Vikings game at home will be tough. But I think they get them both done. So, Shelby, thanks for that. Got one rolling here. Roger, any chance Love starts another game this year? No. Unless something happens with Rodgers. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Um, here we go. Here we go. Kyle, biggest threat to us in the NFC overall. I think my answer a week or so ago would have been the Cardinals, seeing, they had Hopkins back. Kyler Murray's playing really well. Their defense is pretty good. But after they lost to the Rams and D Hop's now out for the rest of the year, most likely the playoffs with that MCL, I don't think they're as good as everyone says they are. I think the Rams are still a threat. Not playing the Cowboys this year, I can't tell if we would be a good matchup against them or not. Cowboys got a good defense, good pass rush. Micah Parsons is playing super well, and then you got Dak, and Zeke as well. No matter what, no matter what, they're good players, so they can kind of get hot at any point. I feel like, regardless of the season they've had up to this point. I think they were 7-1 at one point. So Cowboys, they could be a threat. I don't think they're our biggest threat. Cowboys, Rams, Cardinals. Biggest threat, however, the defending champs. I think that's kind of the clear, hump that we're probably going to have to get over. They're playing good football as of late, of course. Tom Brady is right behind Rodgers in the MVP race, and their defense, and especially their defensive line, is just a platoon of studs. So we're more likely going to have to play or go through them again this postseason. I just hope this time it's in front of a packed house at Lambeau compared to 10,000 fans or whatever it was last season during the COVID stuff. So, biggest threat in the NFC, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I hope we play them, and I hope we kick their ass. So, thank you, Kyle. Darren asks, who do you dislike in the division the most in our division, the NFC North? Vikings, without a doubt. No history of success. Most of their fans are pretty insufferable and super unrealistic. Um, it's the Vikings for me, man. This is not really a contest. Bears fans are fine. I respect their history. Main part being George Halas saving the Packers' existence back in the day, and at least the Bears have won a Super Bowl. They've got that under their belt, but we've also kicked their ass the last 30 years, so that kind of helps them not be as dislikable. So, um, easy one for me, Vikings for sure. Jared asks, "You think Rodgers is coming back next year?" Yes, Jared. Yes, I do. Let's see here. The Kimbo42 asks, "Thoughts on Alan Lazard this season?" It's a good question. Allen's a grinder. Best blocking receiver in the league. As of late, he's come down with some clutch catches last week. Had one on third and 18, I think it was. Had a touchdown catch on 4th and 2. Sprung some blocks on the outside. I love watching him play. So, um, that does it for me. I know it was quick. I only got to 5, 6 and 5, 6 of your questions, but it's Saturday. I'm hanging out. I'm already pumped for game day tomorrow, so I'm gonna call it. Beautiful Saturday. Thank you guys for watching, chatting with me. One of my favorite things to do. Follow me on Twitter at Rob Westerman3. I'll be back on with my man Jonathan Beckman tomorrow to chat Packers Ravens. Have a great rest of your Saturday. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you.